Hey everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day today. Let's learn a finger-picking version of Count on Me on the ukulele. If you're looking for a strumming tutorial, I have that, and that is going to be linked in the cards above and the description box below. But I'm going to be using the same chords, same structure, everything that I did in that video, but now we're going to be adding some finger picking. I'm going to be holding a C chord right here, so my ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string. And then my thumb is going to be assigned to this C string. Index finger will be assigned to the E string, and middle finger will be assigned to the A string. I'm going to pluck the C string with my thumb, and then with my 2 fingers, I'm going to pluck the E and the A strings at the same time on eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's try the intro first. It's just a C chord on that one finger picking pattern cycle, and it's going to be for 4 measures or 4 finger picking pattern cycles. So let's try that. Thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Verse. If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. Alright, so what am I doing there? You notice that I'm keeping the finger picking pattern going, but I'm switching chords. So we have the verse that's going to be for 1 measure or 1 finger picking pattern cycle, to an E minor for 1 measure, 4 counts. Now you're going to notice that the A minor and the G, that's going to be a split measure. So you play the A minor for half of that finger picking pattern cycle. Thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. Then we have a G, thumb, fingers, and then F for a full finger picking pattern cycle. So let's try that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 of the E minor, A minor. I'll sail the world, G, F, to find you. And then you're going to repeat that section. So we have the C, E minor, A minor, G, F again. So it's nice that if you learned the first part, the second part is the same thing, so nothing new there. If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. There is something I want to note, because I know I'm going to get some comments like, Katie, how come you're holding an A minor like this, but you're only plucking these 3 strings and they're all open? Well, I like to hold the full chord as a safeguard, so to speak. Sometimes our fingers, they don't always do what we want them to do, and so if you accidentally pluck this G string, it's going to be a part of the chord anyway, but if you leave it open, it sounds a little out of place, right? So I always go with the hold the whole chord. If you want to leave it completely open, that's up to you, but that's what I do. Now when we get to the pre-chorus, we have a D minor to an E minor, and then we have an F, and then we strum, and we hold the G for 4 counts. So we don't finger pick that at all. All right, so here's our D minor. We're going to use the same finger picking pattern. Again, I'm going to hold the entire chord because it's a safeguard. If you leave it open, or like this, it sounds a little out of place, right? All right, here we go. D minor, thumb, fingers, here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and F. 1 and 2 and 3, G, hold, 2, 3, 4. Hey, if you're enjoying this video thus far, make sure that you hit the like button and the subscribe button. It lets me know that you like these videos and you'd like to see more. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. Now when we get to the chorus, you're going to notice that the chords are the exact same thing and the exact same structure as the verse. So this is what it's going to sound like. 1 and 2 and 3 and you can count on me like E minor, A minor, G, F. I know when I need it I can. 1 and 2 and 3 and E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and A minor, G. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count. There's one more part that we need to go over, and that's the bridge. And you'll notice that it's very similar to the pre-chorus. We have a D minor for a measure, E minor for a measure, A minor for a measure to a G, and then D minor, E minor, F to a G. So let's go over that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E minor, 1 and 2 and 3. You cry. D minor, 1 and 2 and 3. E minor and 1 and 2 and 3. Goodbye. You can. All right, so you notice on that G, I just strum and I hold it. And then we go back into a chorus, and that's the entire thing. If you want the play along, that is in a separate video. Had to separate them up to avoid copyright. So I'm going to leave that in the cards above and the description box below. And if you want more finger picking tutorials, I'm going to leave them over here. There's a bunch there. It's free. Go check it out. But if you're new to this instrument, or you know somebody that's new to this instrument, I have an ukulele 101 course. I'm going to link it over here. If you're just sick of surfing on the internet, just going from tutorial to tutorial and just wondering like, am I doing it right? Or just having a clear progression just really helps, then that is going to be exactly for you. We start with a 1-chord song, we go to 2-chord songs, and then we build that up to 3-chord songs and some Hawaiian songs with some strumming patterns. So there's some clear instruction, a clear progression. It's all laid out for you, and I hope it helps you. And remember, you are loved. Bye.